Ram Ram Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Girivaradhari.
Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Vihari, Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girivaradhari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Girivaradhari.
Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Vihari, Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jai Girivaradhari.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, very warm welcome to all of you for today's session on the Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll start our session with the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayeet नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. So we discussed in our previous sessions in this chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagwan Kapil is talking about the different characteristics or different qualities which devotees possess. What are the things, what are the qualities that they should aspire for, they should work upon, and they should possess these qualities. So, because in the first shloka of this chapter, Bhagwan Kapil says that, my dear mother, I'll tell you about the yoga process, the process of yoga by which we can attain peace and satpatham, we can attain the glorious state of pure devotion. So in the second shloka, he says that everyone should engage in his swadharma, that means in pure devotional service, in bhakti, and vidharmacha nivardana, one should give up sinful activities, one should engage in loving devotional service to Krishna, and one should be satisfied in whatever is given by Krishna, and atmavit charanarchanam, and one should worship the spiritual master. Then in the third shloka, Bhagwan Kapil is saying that one should give up gramya dharma. We discussed in detail about what is gramya dharma and what is moksha dharma. So Srimad Bhagavatam is all about moksha dharma. And there are many Vedic scriptures which talk about only gramya dharma. So that is why we don't refer to other Vedic scriptures. We only refer to Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam because they only talk about moksha dharma. So gramya dharma we have to give up and we have to practice moksha dharma. And one should eat only Krishna prasadam and live in association of Vaishnavas or in association of pure devotees. So these are the symptoms or these are the qualities which pure devotees aspire for, and they try to acquire these qualities. And that's how a person becomes a pure devotee, when he has all these qualities. So now today we'll begin our discussion with text 4, shloka number 4 of the 28th chapter of the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Ahimsa satyamasteyam यावदर्थ परिग्रह ब्रह्मचर्यं तपः शौचम स्वाध्यायः पुरुषार्चनम् अहिंसा सत्यमस्तेयं यावदर्थ परिग्रह ब्रह्मचर्यं तपः शौचम स्वाध्यायः पुरुषार्चनम्. Translation: one should practice non-violence and truthfulness, should avoid thieving and be satisfied with possessing as much as he needs for his maintenance. He should abstain from sex life, perform austerity, be clean, study the Vedas, and worship the supreme form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So again, these are some more qualities of a Vaishnava, of a pure devotee. So it is mentioned that ahimsa, satyam, and asteyam. Ahimsa means non-violence. So non-violence, when we talk about non-violence, generally people think non-violence means not to kill a person or not to kill animals physically. Right? That is what is the common understanding of non-violence. But no. Non-violence can be understood on material platform as well as on spiritual platform. Ahimsa does not mean not to kill the body, no. So ahimsa can be practiced on material platform also and on spiritual platform also. So on material platform, ahimsa means we do not kill anyone. We do not hurt anyone or kill anyone, not even innocent animals. Okay. So that is ahimsa or non-violence on material platform, that we don't kill anyone, not even poor or innocent animals. We don't kill anyone. Because first of all, we cannot kill anyone. We can only kill the body. We cannot kill the soul. But when we kill the body, we interfere with the laws of the Lord. And that is why we become punishable. We become sinful. So that is why it is sinful to kill anyone or to kill material body of any person. So this is non-violence practice on a material platform. Now what is non-violence on spiritual platform? So violence on spiritual platform means to prohibit people from practicing bhakti, to cause hindrances in the path of pure devotees. When pure devotees, they want to practice bhakti, to not allow them to practice. This is called violence on spiritual platform. So what is non-violence on spiritual platform? Non-violence on spiritual platform means we preach Krishna Katha, we try to engage everyone in performing loving devotional service to Krishna. Right? So non-violence is not only material, but it is also spiritual. Spiritual non-violence means to preach glories of Krishna. That is called spiritual non-violence. That means we enable everyone to become devotees of Krishna. We try to engage more and more people in bhakti. Those who are interested, we try to preach to them. We try to cultivate them to become good devotees. So that is real non-violence or non-violence on spiritual platform. Violence on spiritual platform means if we discourage people from bhakti, or we try to disturb a person's bhakti. So that is called violence on spiritual platform. So ahimsa, this is the first quality. Then second is satyam. Satyam is truthfulness. Truthfulness. If you remember yesterday or in the previous session, we discussed about the first shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam. We discussed the first and second shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam. The first and second shloka of the first chapter of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And in the first shloka, Vyasdev, he writes that Satyam Param Dhimahi. Satyam Param. Satyam Param. Because there can be something which is Satyam, but it may not last long. Like this material world, this is Satyam. But this is temporary Satyam, because it will not always be there. A time will come when it will be destroyed. Okay. So matter is temporary Satyam. That means it is not always true. It is not always, it does not always exist. But For its existence, it is dependent on Krishna. So that is why everything else except Krishna, everything else or everyone else, they are called relative truths. Except Krishna, everything else or everyone else, they are relative truths. Okay. So Satyam Param Dhimahi. So Vyasdev is saying that the supreme absolute truth is Krishna. So Ahimsa means to preach the glories of Krishna and to enable people to encourage people to practice bhakti. Satya means nothing except Krishna. Our life should revolve only around Krishna. Because Satyam Param Dhimai, he is the supreme truth. Man-made laws do not apply on Krishna. If Krishna, that was the difference between Arjun and Yudhishthir. You see, Arjun is the chosen one. Amongst the Pandavas, he is the greatest Pandava. Why? Although the throne was handed over to Yudhishthir. Yudhishthir became the king after battle of Kurukshetra because he was the eldest son of Pandava, of Pandu. So, although Yudhishthir became the eldest son, or he was handed over the throne, he became the king of Kurukshetra, but still Arjun was considered to be the greatest warrior, the greatest archer, right? Why? Because there is a special quality in Arjun which Yudhishthir did not have. When Krishna told Yudhishthir to go and tell during the battle of Kurukshetra, so Dronacharya, he had a son named Ashwathama. So Krishna told Yudhishthir to go and tell Ashwathama a lie that Ashwathama is dead. So there was an elephant by the name Ashwathama also nearby, and that elephant also was dead. So Yudhishthir did not have the faith on Krishna. For him, his nonsensical moral principles were more important than Krishna's pleasure. When Krishna is telling you go and tell a lie, he is thinking, no, I am Dharmaraj. How can I tell a lie? But that was not the case with Arjun. When Krishna told Arjun, go and kill, irrespective of moral principles, Arjun killed. Arjun followed Krishna as it is. He never questioned Krishna, why you are telling this? Why? He never thought about his own moral principles and logics, no. Why? Because this material world is created by Krishna. He is the lawmaker. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. If Krishna tells this is the truth, that is truth. If Krishna tells that is a lie, that is lie. We cannot decide what is right, what is wrong. No, that only Krishna can decide. That is why Arjun is so special. That was the difference between Arjun and other Pandavas. Arjun followed Krishna as it is. He never cared about moral principles and moral codes. No. Moral codes are inferior to Krishna's pleasure. For Krishna's pleasure, a devotee is ready to do anything. He does not care for social customs or moral codes or so-called principles of dharma. No. Dharma is only one, pleasure of Krishna. That's all. That is dharma. That's what Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, in the last shloka, in the last part of the Bhagavad Gita. What does he say? Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. give up all dharmas and Mam Ekam Sharanam Raja, you take only my shelter. That is real dharma. All other dharmas are called Kaitav dharmas. If you remember, in the previous session, we discussed about Gramya dharma. You see, the previous shloka. Gramya dharma nivrittischa moksha dharma ratistatha. So what is Gramya dharma? Every other dharma except Krishna's pleasure. Every other activity except activity which gives pleasure to Krishna. All other activities are Gramya dharma. And activity which gives pleasure to Krishna, that is called moksha dharma. Why? Because Krishna is called as Mukunda. Mukti Pradata iti Mukunda. He is the only personality who can give us liberation. We can't get liberation by our own invented methods of worship or of dharma. No. Only when we give pleasure to Krishna, if he decides, if he becomes pleased upon us, then he will give us liberation. That's why he is called Mukunda. Right? So Satya means what? Pleasure of Krishna. That is the only Satya. In this whole creation, there is only one truth. What is that? Pleasure of Krishna. When Krishna was in Vrindavan, Krishna used to live in Vrindavan. So for Krishna's pleasure, all the cowherd men and all the gopis and the gopas, they never cared about moral principles and moral codes. That's why they are considered to be the greatest devotees. Right? The gopis of Vrindavan, they are considered to be the greatest. Radharani is considered to be the greatest. In fact, she is so great that she controls Krishna. Why she can control Krishna? Because of her love for Krishna. Krishna loves being controlled by his devotees. Arjun, in one sense, he was controlling Krishna, isn't it? He was telling Krishna, Krishna, take the chariot there. Krishna, take the chariot here. Krishna, please take the chariot in the middle of the battlefield. So he was giving orders and Krishna was obeying his orders. You see? Krishna loves serving his devotees. That is his greatness. The more you know Krishna, the more you can't help but love Krishna. Fall in love with him. Because that is his character. He loves his pure devotees. He loves his devotees. Devotees are always thinking of Krishna and Krishna is always thinking of his devotees. That is the reciprocal relationship between devotees and Krishna. And Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita. Mai te teshu chapyaham. Mai te teshu chapyaham. Right? So those who are watching, all of you write in the comment section, which shloka is this? Shloka number. Mai te teshu chapi aham. What is the shloka number? All of you write in the comment section. I'll recite the complete shloka for all of you. Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshyosti na priyah ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mai te teshu chapyaham. All of you, it's in the 9th chapter. Okay. Now mention the shloka number, all of you in the comment section. I want to see how many of you are listening properly. Okay. So, Krishna, his pleasure is the only truth. There is only one truth in this whole creation, pleasure of Krishna. For that, a devotee is ready to kill anyone. He is ready to, whatever Krishna wants, he is ready to do. Arjun killed everyone. Why? For Krishna's pleasure. And Krishna, he loves serving his devotees. The gopis of Vrindavan, why they are so great? They are the greatest amongst all the great devotees. Why? Radharani, she is the supermost. She is so special, so great that in our Gaudiya Vaishnavism, our acharyas say that she is even greater than Krishna. Why? Because she controls Krishna because of her love. Devotees, when they love Krishna, they control Krishna. Krishna loves being controlled by his devotees. But pure devotees, those who are purely in love with Krishna. So that is why Satya means truth. And truth means pleasure of Krishna. That is the only truth. Except that everything else is Gramya Dharma. Moksha Dharma means pleasure of Krishna. That's all. Okay. Then the third quality is Asteyam. Asteyam means stena. Steyam. Steyam means thief or to generally to commit theft, basically. Now, regarding this, there is a shloka in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 3rd chapter. All of you in the comment section, write the shloka number. In the 3rd chapter in Bhagavad Gita, there is a shloka which talks about thieves. I'll recite the shloka for all of you. That shloka says that yo bhunkte sten eva saha. That is what shloka says. Yo bhunkte sten eva saha. देवान भावयतानेन ते देवा भावयन्तो वयः परस्परम भावयन्त श्रेयः परम वाप्स्यथ. That is the first shloka. The second shloka, the main shloka, it says that इष्टान भोगान हि वो देवा दास्यन्ते यज्ञ भाविता तैर दत्तान अप्रदायेभ्यो यो भुंक्ते स्तेन एव सा. This is the 3rd chapter, where Lord Krishna talks about what is the meaning of a thief. So all of you in the comment section, write down the shloka number. What is that shloka number? I'll recite the shloka again in the 3rd chapter. The shloka is Ishtan bhogan hi wo deva dasyante yajna bhavita तैर दत्तान अप्रदायेभ्यो यो भुंक्ते स्तेन एव सा. So Lord Krishna, he says in this shloka that Ishtan bhogan hi wo deva. Whatever we have in this world, the money that we have, the wealth that we have, food that we can eat, home in which we live, these are all provided to us by demigods. And demigods give it to us because of Krishna. So ultimately, all these things that we have to eat, to sleep, to enjoy, whatever we have, it is all given by Krishna. So the shloka says that Tair Dattan Apradayebhyo. So we accept these gifts by Krishna, but we do not give him back. If we don't give him back anything, then what happens? We become thieves. Now, question may come that what can we give back to Krishna? Yeah, so I can see the comment section. Yes, Nandapriya Mataji, श्यामा रानी माता जी, शैलेश्वर स्कोटे जी, सीतापति दास प्रभु जी, कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु, तपस्विनी माता जी, you all have mentioned the shloka number. Yes. So the first was 9.29 and second one was 3.12. Good, very good. Abhijit Srivastav ji, yes, all of you have mentioned the correct shloka. Shloka number 3.12. So now question may come that Krishna has provided everything. That's okay. But how can we give back to Krishna? Because we are beneficiaries, isn't it? We are beneficiaries. But how can we give back to Krishna? So, how will we give back to Krishna? So, the process by which we give back to Krishna, that process is called yajna. Okay. The process by which we give back to Krishna, that process is called yajna. Now, who will tell us how to give back to Krishna? Krishna only will tell us, isn't it? How we have to please Krishna, that only Krishna can tell us. So Krishna in the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita talks about yajna. He says that by performing yajna, now what is yajna? Yajna means any activity we do which is told by Krishna for us to do, which gives him pleasure, that is called yajna. We cannot invent our own methods of yajna, no. Because what pleases Krishna only he can tell us, no. We cannot decide, oh, this will please Krishna, no. So, yajna means any activity in this world which we do, which gives pleasure to Krishna, that is called yajna. Okay. So, if we do not perform yajna, so in this age of Kali Yuga, which is the yajna? Shravanam and Kirtanam. On a regular basis, we have to hear Krishna Katha from the spiritual master, and on a daily basis, we have to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra 16 rounds. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So these two are the process of yajna for this age of Kali Yuga, Shravanam and Kirtanam. Because this is how we give back to Krishna. Okay. By the process of Shravanam and Kirtanam. So by this we perform the highest yajna, because Krishna says yajnanam jap yajñosmi. Of all the yajnas, the highest yajna is jap yajna. When we chant the holy names of Krishna, when we hear Krishna Katha, these two are the highest methods of yajna. Okay. So by these two processes, we please Krishna. So we give back to Krishna. And then we are not thieves. But if we simply keep taking from Krishna and do not give back anything, then what do we become? We become thieves. It's very simple to understand. If you go to a shop, you take so many items. Say in a supermarket, if you go, you take a trolley, and in a trolley you put many food items, and without paying them you come to your home. Then what do you become? You become thief, isn't it? You are liable to be punished. So in a society where there is no yajna for Krishna, in a society or in a country or on a planet, if people do not perform yajna for Krishna, then what do these people become? They become society of thieves. And can society of thieves be ever happy? No. because they are liable to be punished. They are all criminals. And how can criminals be happy? Isn't it? So if we don't do yajna, that's why we have to preach Krishna Katha to everyone, why we have to preach the glories of Krishna, so that everyone becomes attracted to Krishna and they all start performing yajna. The more people perform yajnas, the more this world will become a place of good people. If people don't perform yajna, then this earth becomes a place for criminals. So we have to remove this criminal mentality from people and we have to make people perform yajna. Yajna means Shravanam and Kirtanam. Okay. So that is the meaning of asteyam. Teyam means thief. Asteyam means a devotee should not be a thief. When does a person becomes thief? When he keeps taking from Krishna and does not do yajna. So asteyam means to perform yajna, to perform activities for pleasure of Krishna. Right? So ahimsa satyam asteyam. Yavadartha parigraha. Parigraha means ownership, proprietorship. Aparigraha means detachment. Okay. So parigraha means ownership. So here it is mentioned Yavad Arth Parigraha. What Yavad Arth means how much ever is required, that much we should possess. Rest everything we should give back to Krishna. And how we give to Krishna? By giving to Guru. So that can be used for Krishna. If we go to some some ordinary person, he may not use it for Krishna. So whatever we possess, we should possess only as much required for our sustenance. Rest everything we should give back to Krishna. And that process is called dan. For a householder, for a grihastha, that is the highest principle. Suppose if a grihastha is chanting Hare Krishna mantra 16 rounds, he is doing all kinds of chanting, he is reading, he is doing Shravanam, but he is not getting detached. Every day he is having Shravanam, he is hearing from Guru, every day he is chanting Hare Krishna mantra, but he does not have the heart to give back to Krishna. He still thinks that all money should be with him, all his wealth should be with him. Wealth should not be used for Krishna's service. Then what kind of Shravanam and Kirtanam he is doing? That kind of Shravanam and Kirtanam will not be effective. So by the process of Shravanam and Kirtanam, we should become detached. And that detachment comes only when we do Danam. Danam means donation. Only when we give. It may be painful, but that is called tapasya. It's not, when we give our possession to someone, it may be painful, but that is called tapasya. So Yavadartha Parigraha means we should keep very minimum for ourselves. Whatever is required, that bare minimum we should keep, and rest everything we should give back to the spiritual master. Why? Because that's how our Lakshmi will be used for service of Narayan. So if a person is simply doing Shravanam and Kirtanam, but he is not developing detachment, so what is the use of such Shravanam and Kirtanam? Then that is simply lip service. There are many people who do lip service. They'll come and say, Guru Maharaj, everything belongs to Krishna only. Everything is Krishna's only. But when it comes to giving to Krishna, they'll not give. Right? So that is called lip service. Simply to speak that everything belongs to Krishna. But when it comes to giving to Krishna, they'll not give. So that kind of lip service, we can cheat everyone in this world, but we cannot cheat Krishna and we cannot cheat ourselves. So gradually we have to develop detachment, because all this wealth and whatever we possess, it will not go with us. It will remain here only. So before leaving the body, we have to give up everything. We have to give everything back to Krishna. Okay. So that everything, whatever we have possessed, can be used for Krishna's service. Right. So that is why for householders, for grihasthas, the highest principle is danam. Tap, dan and yajna. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. But of all these, danam is where dan means donation. That is very important. One must, whatever he earns, a part of it must go for service of Krishna, must go to Guru. Otherwise, the detachment will not come. Right? So all that chanting, Shravanam and Kirtanam is simply wastage of time if there is no detachment. Okay. So Yavadarth Parigraha means to keep bare minimum for ourselves, rest everything we give back to the service of Lord Narayan. Then Brahmacharya means to restrain. Actually, Brahmacharya means Brahmacharati, to lead a life which takes us to Brahman. That is called Brahmacharya. Charya means our daily schedule, and Brahma means Krishna. So our daily schedule should be designed in such a way that we progress towards Krishna. That is called Brahmacharya. Sometimes people think Brahmacharya means to restrain from sex life, but no. Those who are householders, if they are only having sex with one woman, that means their wife, then they are also brahmacharis. They are called ek nari brahmachari, one woman brahmachari. Okay. So brahmacharya means to lead a life which takes us to Krishna. That is called brahmacharya. Tapa shaucham. Tapa means austerity. To take pain to give pleasure to Krishna. That is called tapaha. Shaucham. Shaucham means cleanliness. We should be very clean. Externally also and internally also. External cleanliness is not that important. Internally, a person should be very clean. And that internal cleanliness comes by associating with pure devotees. The more we do Shravanam and Kirtanam, and the more we become detached, the more we'll develop Shaucham, cleanliness. The more we'll become clean from within. Then Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means study of Vedic scriptures. Basically, study of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So when we are doing Shravanam, we are doing Swadhyaya also. Swadhyaya also means to practice the principles of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. That is called Swadhyaya. So when we follow the instructions of the spiritual master, then we are practicing the principles of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam in our life. And then the last is Purusharchanam. Purush Archanam. Purush Archanam means worshipping of Krishna in the temple. To go to temple and worship and participate in worshipping of Krishna in the temple. That's why temples are constructed. Now, by mercy of Krishna, by mercy of Lord Jagannath, and the love that the devotees have for their Guru, now we have a temple in Mumbai. So that's why every Sunday I request all of you to come participate in Deity worship. Deity worship means to participate in kirtan. Deity worship does not mean only a person who is inside the altar he is doing deity worship. No. When we participate in glorifying of Lord Jagannath in the temple, that is also deity worship. Everyone who is present in the temple, who is participating in glorifying of Lord Jagannath, they are all doing deity worship. Right? So at least once in a week, every Sunday, we should all come and participate in deity worship, in participating in worship of Lord Jagannath. So whatever we are today is because of Lord Jagannath. And we all must, it may be tough. That is called tapa. Tapa means tapasya. It may be painful. But still we have to come every Sunday and we have to participate in worshipping of the Lord in the temple. One of my very nice disciple, Tapaswini Mataji, I just told her that every Sunday you have to be here. So for her it takes 2 hours, 2.5 hours to come. She comes from very far. It takes for her 2.5 hours to come, and going it takes even more, 3 hours. So she spends 5.5 hours, but she comes every Sunday because I have told her you have to come. You see? So that is the meaning of a disciple. To follow the words of the spiritual master. And that's why she is advancing so fast. So there will be pain, but we should be ready to take the pain. And there is no substitute of hearing, doing Shravanam in the temple. It's very powerful. It's like hearing in Vrindavan. Because temple means Yog Maya of Krishna. A temple of Lord Krishna is not an ordinary place. You can see the difference. As soon as you step out of the temple, you will see the difference. There is difference of potency. Inside the temple, it is Yog Maya. Everything in the temple connects us to Krishna. Outside the temple, it is Mahamaya. Everything outside the temple will take us away from Krishna. Every Sunday, that is called satsang. We have to participate in good association. Okay. So that is the meaning of Purusharchanam. So these are all the qualities which are mentioned, and we must practice and inculcate these qualities within us. So those who are new to the channel can subscribe. All of you can like, comment, share. We'll stop here. We'll continue our discussion in the next session. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.